You've done well to make it this far. The Warrior of Light makes for the Gate of Hope, a heretic for a follower, just as the prophecy foretold.
That's the first I've heard of that. And Meia's hardly a follower.
A close companion, then. Is that it?
More like a thorn in my side.
Vox have something to say to you.
Nothing worth hearing. Count yourself lucky.
Do you despise me so, warrior?
I don't like the way you talk.
I say these things to focus your resolve. You are the chosen one. You can't stop dumbfounded like the others, rotting where they stand.
The other blanks are rotting?
Do not worry about them. Just don't share their fate. That's all.
I'll ask you again. Why me?
The name decides it. You learned that when you met the first warrior, no? Your names are special. From the moment you chose your name, your destiny to become the Warrior of Light was decided.
But there were plenty others with my name. It could have been any one of them.
So untrusting. Which is probably how you've survived this long.
Answer the question.
Whether you believe in yourself or not, I believe in you. Observe.
Good luck! Don't let chaos live another day! You're the one! The prophecy was right! Chaos can't win!
And that is the light of hope.
They believe in their hero. They believe you will win. And it fills them with shining, glorious hope. Onward, Warrior of Light. To your destiny.
Well, welcome back to Mobius Final Fantasy and the digest of Chapter 7. Chapter 7 in the original was super annoying. It was a chapter that is mostly grinding. And it takes an eternity. But that's never here nor there, so let's continue our story. Slowed, ew.
Don't get cocky.
Get punched.
Come on.
Everyone is dead, okay. Ow. Stop hitting me. Ow. Ah, Lights of Hope. We still have fun.
How you feeling there, Warrior of Light? You've got a whole bunch of fans here in Palamecia cheering you on.
Easy for them. They just cheer. I'm the one fighting. Still, I don't mind fighting. I mind playing into Vox's hands.
If you don't like it, you could always give up and go home. Although your fans might get a little miffed.
Or you could be branded a heretic for turning your back on the prophecy of the Warrior of Light.
And have Vox call for my head on a pike. I believe he would. It's the rest of this world I have trouble believing.
That's probably healthy. Finding the truth takes time. Don't just accept what's in front of you. Find what you believe in. Till then, don't trust anyone.
Don't tell me I tried to. They probably shortened that significantly. Hopefully. Okay, I switched out my Warrior of Light. He now has the Knight of Echo job. Satellite beam.
Come on.
Light lockout? Light lockout.
Hear me, Earth? Turn to the Earth!
That demon wall again. I showed it slow.
Out of my way!
Actually, various variants of some enemies, like for example the demon wall, and that was one that was specifically that it is practically impossible to break, and you just have to power through with the pure damage. Come on. I went.
Come on. Till next time.
Vox is up to something. Keep your eyes open, okay?
He tell you to kill the heretic witch, did he?
No, he didn't. Which makes me think he wants to use you. And I think I know how. He likes taking people close to me and killing them. He thinks that'll get me to fight chaos.
I knew this world was warped, but that...
I don't like it either. Don't die on me.
Indeed. Same to you.
Normally this was an entire grid of nodes down here, and you had to first get all of them unlocked and then farm several of them repeatedly with boss fights in them to get the necessary points here. And now we warp elsewhere, right? Or is it after this point? That might be as well.
People flow into me. Be gone!
Whoa! That worked better than I expected.
Warrior of light, your time approaches. The many trials you have faced have honed you, burnished you into a shining example. The bearer of hope.
Let me see. Who was it again who was saying they just couldn't feel the light from me? I kind of forgot.
That was encouragement. You shine brightly now. Your accomplishments have seen to that. The world needs to hear of your deeds. To learn of the gleaming path upon which you, the warrior of light, now walk. I will tell them.
The enemy comes! I remember my name! It is Severin! Long live the princess! Long live Palamecia!
They didn't even scratch it. How do they hope to defeat it?
Do not falter! Cast aside your pride! Eternal glory awaits! Come, we hunt chaos this day!
You dashed across the battlefields, full bent on stopping Chaos's incursion. And every time you fought, you witnessed Chaos's terrible might.
So, now we hear what happened up till here in a glorified fashion from Vox instead of how it actually happened. Because we didn't dash about anything, we were worried and questioned the sanity of that act the entire time. Defeat Chaos with... yeah. This is a fire chaos.
Now, Warrior of Light, your path is clear. Defeat Chaos. He is Lord of Destruction only, a bringer of despair. The root of all evils. You must purge him.
If I do, he'll just come back.
So, you would rather die where you stand than choose to fight. Think of all the noble sacrifices that have been made for you to come this far.
Quiet! Don't talk to me about sacrifice. Use whatever fancy words you like. There's nothing noble about Palamecia. Nothing!
Great God. We can overcome this great God by using skills. Now we can wound Chaos. In the original fight, this wasn't a 2-point breakguard, but 5? No, more. It was more. It was like 7 or 8 or something like that.
The prophecy is not absolute.
I'm sure
And
you're showing
Chaos
brighter
was
still.
a lot tougher than that. It took a few turns until you got through to him. And another Chaos fight. This time an Earth Chaos.
I'm Castor! I hail from Vin Castle! Princess Sarah! Witness me! We blanks have no memory of our past. Perhaps when we die here, we are reborn with our memories elsewhere.
What are you saying? Even if our memories do return, a pointless death is a pointless death!
Maybe so. Live long then, friend. And if you live in glory, rather than die for it, then our deaths are not pointless.
Stop. What are you doing?
I am Laro of Evelyn. May my light be cast on Princess Sarah! No!
You didn't have to die for me, but I will live for you!
And now. Hello?
You lose.
Didn't find the way to Chaos. Okay, then attack. I don't have anything fire in this setup, and I don't want to.
Echo, tell me what you think.
Think about what?
I can't figure out Vox's game. He's obviously egging me on, trying to get me riled up. He tells me to fight Chaos, but then tells me why I'll fail. So what does he want me to do?
That's for you to figure out.
You won't tell me. I thought you were my guiding fairy. So, do your job.
You shouldn't trust this world, and you certainly shouldn't trust me.
No problem there.
You make your way past what you believe and what you don't believe until you find the truth. That's your job. Of course, this is Palamecia, so you probably don't want to believe much of anything. But the thing you do believe, that's what'll come true. That world is out there, waiting for you, and you can get there. You've got great potential, kid.
Thanks.
Turn to the earth!
This time he gets to attack. The problem with Chaos is not the strength of his attacks in this area, but that in the normal fights but that he steals your orbs up here, and you need those to do damage to him. Let's take Gladiolus.
I'm sure this is all old hat to you, fighting chaos, but be careful.
Don't worry. The more I face him, the more I understand the danger. And the more I respect you for going to fight him. I may not know how to destroy him so he does not return, to break the cycle. But somehow I feel you will succeed.
Thanks.
Not a very witch-like thing for me to say, I know. But there's no point turning away now. No point looking back at what might have been. I will help you, because you resist this warped world. Know I am here, and do not die.
Come on.
You lose. I control my fate.
A dark chaos. Come here, you do that.
Get out of here! Why? Not again. It's the same thing that happened to Mog. Do you think that stealing my friends away from me will crush my spirit? That I'll lay over and die? You've misjudged me. You haven't crushed me, only made me want to fight harder.
We all remember that. So first is Kali. Or Marilith. Rather. And there's Chaos again.
blinding gulp.
Chaos switch to water. That is Flood of Despair. Action down.
Blinding light, purge my foes.
Let's get this over with. Just another battle. Chaos, you're next on the list. This ends here and now.
Interesting. You do not despair.
Why would I despair? I'm too angry for that.
What would you think if it were Sarah instead?
If it were Sarah,
Should Sarah be the one to fall instead of the Moogle, how would you react?
you're pathetic.
You know nothing, do you?
Wait, are you testing me again? What? Is anyone there? Answer me. Garland. Anyone. Vox. I know you can hear me. Where do I go from here? Sarah, how can I protect you now?
We've seen all that before.
Glorious. You will become the true light, the slayer of chaos, champion against despair.
Is it just me? Or do you sound like you really mean what you're saying for a change?
The one we have awaited for so long. The warrior of light, come at last. Your hope gives us strength. Even I, without a body, fill with pride. Now, warrior of light, answer Palamecia's prayers. Destroy chaos.
You seem awful excited, but I'm not the first one to do this. How many blanks got this far before me? How many fulfilled the prophecy, took down chaos, only to watch him rise? How can you be so sure that's not gonna happen again?
Your light is the true light. Filled with the potential, the hope that this time chaos will be no more. The world is watching you rise to this greatest of challenges. Let hope's light shine upon Palamecia.
Okay?
You don't believe me, do you?
Why would I?
Even now, as you hear my voice, you still don't believe. There is no other who can take your place.
And you expect me to believe that?
No matter. Even if you don't believe me, I believe in you. You can change this world. I know it. You can bury chaos, never to rise again, lifting Palamecia from despair. Do you know why? Because the potential within you...
The potential within you is without limit.
Potential. Great.
People of Palamecia, the hero you've been waiting for is here. I share in your joy, hope in this warrior. The warrior of light who will end chaos's reign and rekindle the light of hope. A cheer for the one who will guide us out of these dark times.
Hooray.
Hooray. I like both.
Wither! Enough! Huh?
And Ultima.
Gone!
Well, how did I do?
A battle for the ages. The cheering crowds have clearly given you courage and strength beyond measure.
News to me.
You may not have noticed them, but they are innumerable. It is you they pray to. Each of them has placed their hope in you, the warrior of light. They are with you always. They watch over you always. And you see, the princess is one of them.
The warrior of light will defeat chaos and take the princess as his bride.
That again.
Let's say that Sarah's realized you have no intention of following through with the prophecy and marrying her. You refuse the betrothal. You are then branded a heretic for your betrayal and killed by Palamecia itself. But what if Sarah is trying to protect you? She knows that the warrior of light and the princess are supposed to marry. What if she's pretending to love you for your sake?
To protect me.
She knows you don't love her back, and yet she persists, with a smile.
Why? Why do all that for me?
Because you are the bearer of her hopes. She believes you're the warrior of light who can save Palamecia, and she's betting everything on it.
That's a princess for you. Pretending to like a guy who couldn't care less in order to save her people.
Of course, you'd be saved too, thanks to her act. You wouldn't be branded a heretic. You'd live.
Interesting theory, but I don't see any proof.
And you do see proof that Sarah doesn't love you.
Complicated situation.
March of bravery. Say goodbye! You lose.
Warrior of Light, is it true you mistrust the princess's love? Why else would you pretend not to notice her obvious feelings for you?
Guess that's how I'm wired.
You may think yourself tangled, but in truth, you're the most plainly honest person I know. So you don't like the princess, and you find the fact that she showers you with affection a nuisance at best.
I wouldn't go that far.
Regardless, it seems unlikely that the prophecy of the Warrior of Light and the princess's marriage will come to pass.
So what? I'm a heretic?
Were you to be so branded and killed for it, tell me, what would become of all of Princess Sarah's efforts? She will play her part to the end, even knowing you feel nothing for her. But if she does truly love you, I shudder to imagine the sadness she must feel.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Look, the princess too knows her love will prevail. She holds hope to her breast.
Quiet.
For luck.
Her love? She loves doing what the prophecy tells her to do. It's as simple as that.
The light of hope shines not on those who look down in despair. Hold your head high. The Warrior of Light climbs to greater heights. And his noble bearing inspires hope in the people's hearts. Warrior, look to the skies. An ill wind blows. Chaos's rage has summoned a mighty storm. Chaos's curse rides upon the storm. His dark form breathes fury into the wind.
Crush Chaos's evil spawn!
Become the warrior you were meant to be!
Fight!
They adore you. Embrace them.
If I feel like it.
Yes, everything you do, only when you feel like it. You know, if you don't feel like it, you can turn back now. It's not too late.
So now I have options.
Your fate is yours to decide, warrior. If you do not fight of your own will, the fight is without meaning. But I believe you will fight to the very end.
Believe what you want. It still won't make me trust you.
This I know. There is nothing you believe, and nothing you believe in.
How would you react in the situation with Sarah? Does he love her? Doesn't he? Does she love him? Or is she merely pretending? For the sake of a prophecy? What can you tell someone who loves you when you don't love them in return, but are meant to marry them? And as you have seen, our Warrior of Light is not exactly hopeful. He really is just about to throw it all away. But battle feels pointless to him. But let's see how that evolves.
Just another battle. You know, Vox told me that if I didn't want to fight anymore, I could still back out.
He just wants you to make up your mind. The world's counting on you. Nobody wants you going into the fight half-hearted and dying on us.
That's nice of you to say, seeing as how I'm ignoring the prophecy and all.
Do you mean concerning Sarah?
I'm a jerk, I know.
It's this world that's to blame. You and Sarah merely did what you had to do. This is a cruel world without hope. It kills the one I love. And yet, I would protect it.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Even if you turn against the prophecy, as long as the true light burns inside, then anyone can become the warrior of light. Even a heretic. That's the hope he left me so long ago.
She looks a bit goofy with a pew-pew on the top of her. Well, let's face Tiamat.
End of the line.
A smile looks good on you, once in a while.
10 million lights of hope. Wooden graveyard. The boss of unknown origin.
What?
The Warrior of Light will defeat Chaos and take the princess as his bride. The Song of Hope played time and again to the prophecy's tune.
More tools for the prophecy.
Surely you knew. Sarah, the princess. It is her royal duty to play a part in the Warrior of Light's story, and thereby bring hope to those who cower in fear of chaos. She's played her role in prophecy again and again, sending warriors into battle.
And they ended up here, in this graveyard.
There were many, many blanks before you. One by one, she sent them off, entrusting them with her hope. How many dozens? How many hundreds? How many decades? How many centuries?
Centuries? Oh, of course. Sarah's not human.
She bears a terrible burden, her responsibility to Palamecia. You're the only one who can save her.
Huh? I don't get it. Why am I the one?
I don't know, but I feel it to be true. It's your potential, the possibilities you hold.
Potential without limit, was it? Sounds good, but give it a shake and it falls apart. It's nothing. Palamecia will say anything to push me along the path. But it's all lies. All of it.
So, you'll run. You'll abandon them. Palamecia, the princess Sarah. Sarah, who protected you from becoming a heretic all this time.
She didn't do it because she loves me, that's for sure. She did it to use me, to make me go along with the plan.
She merely fulfilled her royal duty. As long as the prophecy holds sway, Sarah is bound to her role as princess. You are the one, the only one who can save her.
What? So you're on board with this whole limitless potential thing too? You've changed.
You changed me. Seeing you stand against chaos was enough to plant a seed of hope even in this heretic's heart. I began to believe that you would be the one to set this warped world to rights. I began to hope.
Well, your misplaced hope isn't a good enough reason to keep me in this fight.
Then, I'll just have to stay here until you find a reason.
Going to force me to step back in line, are you? Well, I expected a little more finesse from you.
Like I said before, you changed me. And now I see that what you need at this moment is a worthy opponent.
Need might be stretching it. But if it means taking you down a couple notches, I'm game.
Witness my strength.
In the original, this was an absolutely awesome boss fight. Garland had multiple stages in which he changed his tactics and everything. It was brilliant. Extremely hard, but brilliant.
Take this!
This is the power of the heretic. What's wrong? Fight.
Try this on!
Hope you're ready. Meet your end.
Come on!
Well, he's definitely weaker than he was there.
Come on. Here I come to the underworld. I am unleashed. No one hears the cries of the law.
That was easy.
Far easier, but the general concept was still the same. I know I struggled here.
I've never liked being told what to do. Not by you or the prophecy.
You think I will back down? You think I will let you back down? I will not. I will stand and fight until you swear you will face chaos. My hope will keep me standing.
The light.
Steel yourself. Finish Garland.
Really?
He is your enemy now. Nothing more. The enemy of all our hope.
Right. That makes sense. I figured out your role, Meia.
I am the witch who stands with the Warrior of Light and strikes down all who betray hope.
So if I go against the prophecy, you'll strike me down too. You're a slave to the prophecy, like the rest of them.
What?
Like Vox.
No.
What madness is this?
Your potential has changed people.
This place has no rhyme or reason. It does whatever it wants in order to make me fight. Whatever it takes.
And that is the end of chapter 7. A cliffhanger about Garland's blade dropping on us. But I end the episode here. And the next time we will do chapter 8 and climb the pyramid to the Gate of Hope. Until then, I'm Mace and don't get lost.